Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the voice of the Golden State Warriors, Tim Roye.
Good morning. Thank you to our drum line and the Warrior girls for another fine job. My name is Tim Roye, and for the last 18 years, I've had one of the great jobs in Western civilization. I've been the voice of the Golden State Warriors. The Bay Area is Warriors ground, and San Francisco is Warriors ground. I know it's not the afternoon yet, but you guys have fun this year? I know I did. And I'm proud to be with the Golden State Warriors. We are the Bay Area's team. Obviously, we've played in the city, we've played in Oakland, we've played in San Jose, but it's great to be here today. We have a lot to get to in a short time, but I gotta tell you, this past year was something special. And it was really odd for me as an announcer because I realized something was up early in the season. Because we broadcasting games, and I'd look around and say, oh, the club's not playing all that well. But I'd look up and we'd be leading by 5. We're not shooting the ball that well. Oh, we're up by 10. And this team had a certain resiliency and chemistry to it, and it showed throughout the season. And what a great playoff run, huh? Beating Denver in 6, giving the Spurs all they could handle. It was just a fabulous year. Doing it without your all-star, that was even more remarkable. And we're going to meet one of the guys that had a special role in that run in just a little bit. But 47 wins this year, second round of the playoffs. This is a team that's built for a long run. It's not built for a year or two. This is a young team that's going to get better and better. And hopefully we'll be doing this year after year after year after year. So without further ado, I want you to check out the screens here. We're going to show you some highlights from this year, this remarkable Golden State Warriors season.
Being a Warrior is about being so prepared to face a challenge and believing so strongly in a cause you're fighting for that you refuse to quit. It's my pleasure and honor to bring you another season of Golden State Warriors basketball. Let the chase begin.
Oh, I love that sound. I love that one, and I like Let's Go Warriors too. I like that one too. We've all had a couple of days off. Are you ready for another 82 games? Watching that video, I know I am. It was just so much fun this year. Hey, I want to introduce a couple of people today because here with the Warriors, we have a couple of our sponsors. Without them, a lot of the things that happen at Oracle and throughout the season do not happen. From Jawbone, the Chief of Staff, Andrew Lindsay, is here today. Thank you, Andrew. In my haste, I forgot mine. It's back on my sink. Gary Tolman from Esurance, the President and CEO. So glad to have you aboard with the Golden State Warriors. And a company we've had a long-time relationship with. We actually were in their building at one point. Deborah Tracy is from Clorox. She is the corporate marketing and sponsorships person. The Warriors have had a great tradition and history right here in San Francisco. It's where we started playing basketball when we moved to the West Coast. In fact, the first NBA Finals that the Warriors played in the West Coast was here in the city. I want to introduce to you a couple of legends, a couple of guys that I've had the pleasure and honor to get to know over the years who made basketball happen here in the Bay Area. And of course, so the great Nate Thurmond is in the house tonight. Hall of Famer. If I remember correctly, Nate said his introduction to the Bay Area he was staying in a hotel when he came out here from Ohio, and he felt an earthquake. So he knew that something was happening here. And of course, also want to introduce the man who has been synonymous with our franchise for so many years. He played for the franchise, he was coach, front office man, ambassador. You can't say Warriors without thinking about Al Attles. Al Attles in the house. I'm going to let the current Honorable Mayor introduce some of the political people, but I do have to give a shout out to former Mayor Willie Brown, who's down here in front. Please keep the movie reviews coming. I rely on your expertise before I go to the theater. So without further ado, I want to welcome now the Honorable Mayor of the City of San Francisco, Mr. Ed Lee.
How's everybody today? Well, you got to know that as we were walking up, Steph whispered in my ear, "Gosh, what are they going to do when we win the NBA championship?" Can you feel the energy here? Well, you know what San Francisco is? San Francisco is Warriors ground, ladies and gentlemen. And I would begin by thanking our board president, David Chu, is here. All the members of the Board of Supervisors are here. Anita, who loves watching basketball with me, is here. I want to thank Aisha and Riley for making it all the way across here as well. Thank you for being here. Charlotte Schultz, our great protocol officer, we are on your staircase. Thank you, Charlotte. Well, as you know, the entire San Francisco Bay Area is so proud of our Golden State Warriors. Our home team basketball heroes finished a truly amazing season, wasn't it? Thanks to the Warriors, all of us, the fans throughout the Bay Area, enjoyed the playoffs for just the second time in 19 years. Season was filled with memories that will stay with the Warriors fans for our lifetimes and many more. Record-breaking performance by Stephen Curry. League season high, 54 points in a single game against the New York Knicks. And now holds the record, the most three-pointers made in any single season in the NBA. Gosh, we had a lot to cheer for this year. Warriors fans stood behind a team that played for each other, gave everything they had, no matter whether there were many points on the board or few, no matter how many seconds were left on the clock or how many injuries that had to overcome. From the big-time rebounds of Andrew Bogut, the double-dubbing scoring of my brother David Lee, to the exciting 3 points by Splash Brothers Curry and Thompson, to the veteran experience of Jack and Landry, to the impressive rookie seasons of Barnes and Izil, this team had made history of plenty of accomplishments to be proud of and to build for many seasons to come. The Golden State Warriors have been the Bay Area's basketball team for 50 years, and our city knows that the future holds many great things for them for years to come. Congratulations to the remarkable Warriors season, the entire Golden State Warriors organization, and to the many fans of the Bay Area and beyond. I'd like to take this opportunity to present this proclamation to Rick Welts for the entire Warriors organization, because today, May 21st, 2013, is Warriors Day in San Francisco. Go Warriors! Wonderful season.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks to the Board of Supervisors for the honor you're bestowing on us today. Mayor Brown, what's your critique of Mayor Lee's outfit here today? I'm not even sure you could pull that one off, okay? All right. I was told that the expected attendance today was going to be about 320 people. I think we've a little exceeded that, but to put that in perspective, right? Each one of these people represents one three-point shot that Steph Curry made this year, 314 regular season and playoffs. This has absolutely been a season of transformation, if nothing else. It was really just 2 years ago that Joe Lacob, Peter Guber, and their partners bought the Golden State Warriors, and they laid out a pretty grand plan of what the Warriors franchise was to become. Now, you might remember at the time that was greeted with a wee bit of skepticism, all right? And at the beginning of this season, if you read the national publications, low expectations is an exaggeration for what people saw in this Warriors team. But from the very beginning, this is a team that believed in itself. Remember that December road trip? On the road for 7 games, the team went 6-1, including a win over the Miami Heat on their home floor. Then came February. David Lee became the first Warrior named as an All-Star since 1997. And then on February 27th, we saw just a moment of it there at Madison Square Garden, the home, really the home of basketball. This guy dropped 54 points on the Knicks, the most points scored all season. Then the playoff berth, then the win over Denver in the first round, then taking San Antonio, giving them everything they could handle. The country and the world really discovered the Golden State Warriors. At the beginning of this season, we coined that phrase you heard the mayor use, Warriors Ground, which was really meant to represent that amazing atmosphere at Oracle Arena and the fact that Warriors Ground encompasses the entire Bay Area. I actually do have something to declare today, if that's okay. Today we are officially removing the phrase long-suffering from the description of Warriors fans. Okay? I would also like to recognize an anniversary. It was 1 year ago tomorrow, Mayor Lee, that you and I, Joe and Peter, Gavin Newsom, Jerry West, stood on Piers 3032 and received your welcome back to the city of San Francisco. Our heartfelt thanks to you and your amazing staff. A year later, we're a lot closer to that dream of 2017, so thank you, Mayor, for that. Today is all about celebrating teams, so the most uncomfortable person in this room is Steph Curry, because he's not in to these individual honors. But let's face it, he deserves it, right? People were starting to figure out who the Warriors were when the playoffs started, and then Steph Curry scored 22 points in a quarter against Denver. And then just to top it off, he did that again, 22 points in a quarter against San Antonio, and Steph Mania was alive and well from that point on. Before I leave, I do need to set the record straight on one thing. I can't tell you how many people over the course of the last 2 years have come up to me and said, "Oh, that's Steph Curry. If I could pick anybody in the world to marry my daughter, it would be Steph Curry." You know, at the risk of breaking thousands of teenage hearts, I have to disclose today that that job is taken. Joining Steph today are the two loves of his life. If you could stand up, Aisha, his wife, and his daughter, Riley. For me, the entire season was really summed up when something I never had seen before took place at the end of our last game. Our co-captains, Steph Curry and David Lee, brought the Warriors back out onto the floor after a season-ending loss. I've never seen that before. And the reaction is the same as the reaction that we're here today. I think it was clear to everybody at that point that this season wasn't the end of anything. It was the start of something pretty special. So thank you, Mayor Lee, Board of Supervisors, for this recognition. We are Warriors, right? Thank you.
You know, when Joe Lacob and Peter Guber bought the team, I've been around sports my entire life, minor league, major league. I've been privy to a lot of front offices, but when they hired Rick Welts, might have been the best thing they've done. He is so sharp and so good, and we are so lucky to have you on board. However, he did whisper to me as we were walking by that now everything that we do in video, whether it be TV or for the web, we now have to wear mayor's jackets, so we need to know your tailor. I think Barnett would really rock that, I think. Jim Barnett, our TV. By the way, who out here knows what basemoring is? Demonstration? Real quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ken Bazemore is in the house today. How about a round of applause for a Warrior? We have a lot to get to yet, so I'm going to move it right along. Next up to speak to us today, the Board of Supervisors President, David Chu. David.
Good morning, San Francisco. Are we Warriors today? I am honored to be here representing our political team at the Board of Supervisors. Our starting lineup, Supervisor Katie Tang, Norman Yee, London Breed, Scott Wiener, Jane Kim, Mark Farrell, Malia Cohen, Eric Marr, and David Campos. We rarely recess a meeting to take a break, but I want you to know that our legislative team, we had to come here and honor our favorite sports team today, the Golden State Warriors. Now, it is no surprise that many of us here at City Hall love our Warriors. In fact, this morning, Mayor Lee and I were talking about how we think we would make a pretty dominant backcourt, given our dominant height and our athleticism. And we all know we are in the presence of some serious greatness with Steph Curry here. But I just want to say, Steph, I think your three-point record is in jeopardy. It's not safe because you are going to be back on the court next season. But seriously, we all know that this year has been an incredible year. Dismissed by the sports press before the season, the Warriors rewarded all of us with an incredible season of basketball. 47 wins. 47 wins. One of the best defensive teams, one of the most amazingly balanced offense where on any given night, any given player could just step up, and some of the best long-range shooting ever. Now, fundamentally this year, as we all know, like the Giants at the World Series, like the 49ers at the Super Bowl, our Warriors have reminded us of how our sports teams unite us. And I know we as Warriors fans have a lot to look forward to in the coming years. Players like Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, they are going to blossom into stars, just like Steph and Klay Thompson and David Lee. And let's not forget that hopefully in a few years, anyone excited about the fact that the Warriors might be playing at a stadium here in San Francisco? So congratulations to the Warrior, and I want to salute Joe Lacob, Peter Guber, Rick Welts, Bob Myers, and the entire Warriors organization for building a world-class organization. Thank you to the team. Thank you to Seth. And in closing, let there be no doubt, San Francisco is Warriors ground. Thank you.
Thank you, David. You know, as a broadcaster, you're always looking for a player or a moment that's going to give you a highlight to call because that's what you live for as a broadcaster. However, when I got into the business, I never thought I'd use the words sick, ridiculous, are you kidding me, unbelievable, but this gentleman over here has made that a normal game for me now because what he does on the basketball floor, some people only can do that in video games. Most humans can only do that in video games. It's truly remarkable. He is a special talent and as we all know, an unbelievable shooter. So we thought we would give you a few of those highlights from this year to relive the greatness of Steph Curry.
I was 7 years old when I got my first pair, and I stepped outside, and I was like, Mama, this air bubble right here, it's gonna make me fly. I hit that court, and when I jumped, I swear I got so high, I touched the net. Mom, I touched the net. This is the best day of my life. Look at me, I'm a cool kid. I'm an individual, yeah, but I'm part of a movement. My movement told me be a consumer, and I consumed it. They told me to just do it. I listened to what that swoosh said. Look at what that swoosh did. See, it consumed my thoughts. Are you stupid? Don't crease them, just leave them in that box. Strangled by these laces, I can barely talk. I was trying to fly without leaving the ground, cause I wanted to be like Mike, right? Wanted to be him, I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to touch the rim, I wanted to be cool, and I wanted to fit in. I wanted what he had, America, it begins.
It's pretty remarkable to watch a player like that night in and night out. Mayor Ed Lee's got to come back up because he has another special proclamation for us.
Willie, you of all people know, when we do good things for each other, the luck and the receiving of gifts comes back. So I just want to make this short announcement and get on with this, but just want to let you all know, San Francisco has been named the host of Super Bowl 50. We'll have more announcements about that later. Obviously, this continues to be Warriors ground. That's what it is.
What a day, huh? How about that? One of the great things about what I do is that you tend to get a chance to get to know people you otherwise would not know. Steph is one of those people, and I know that as great as he is on the floor, He has a special relationship with the communities that he lives in, whether it be his hometown of Charlotte or here in the Bay Area. And I know he's had a great relationship with the Tenderloin Community School. Yeah, there you go. And we're going to introduce one of the young students from that school. He's going to come up here along with the mayor. His name is Alex McKee. Alex Mackey.
Hello, my name is Alex Mackey and I am a 5th grader at Tenderloin Community School. I am really excited to be here along with my classmates. Stephen Curry visited my school this year during our monthly award ceremony and inspired us to do our best. On behalf of TCS and the Warriors, we would like to present Stephen Curry with the NBA Western Conference Player of the Month for April. During the month, Curry averaged 25.4 points and 8.1 assists per game. Stephen is the first Warrior player since Chris Mullin in 1990 to win NBA Player of the Month honor. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thank you. And thank you, Tenderloin School. Thank you. You know, as I had a chance to look around this wonderful, beautiful crowd, I see so much of the diversity of our whole San Francisco Bay Area. It makes me really proud. You know, I see our educators from our school district and the kids. I see parents who are raising their families here. I see the other elected officials. I see our labor leaders who are building and creating jobs for our city. I see our recreation and park out here, our commissioners from the port and so many other commissions, our fire chief, our police department. They're all out here in this great celebration. Well, you know what they say. You give Steve Curry an inch and he might take a Golden State a mile. Just 25 years old, he has made it on Sports Illustrated, the cover. For the first time, a Warriors player made that cover for his skill, for his talent since 1980. And for those of you keeping stats in mind, he is a little taller than me, 6 feet 3 inches, only 4 seasons into the NBA. 4 seasons. And he continues to amaze all of us, and not just us in the Bay Area. Where the Warriors are going this year, across the world, he's going to be amazing to the world fans. Not only does Steph excel, succeed, and lead on the court, he is also a role model off the court, bringing his reputation for amazing assists to a new level. Steph's participation, his involvement as the national spokesperson for Thanks USA, helps to ensure children of men and women who serve in our nation's armed services have access to education that they deserve. You know, I see Al Adels and Nate Thurman here today. It just reminds me that the Warriors have a whole history and culture of excellence. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Now, ever since Steph was drafted, we Warriors fans have had high hopes for the Wildcat from Davidson, who led the nation in scoring. Today, we're excited that Steph has led this team to greater success than we could have ever imagined. And we're assured of that for many more seasons to come. And now, in celebration of his setting the all-time record for three-pointers in a single season, and in hopes that his impressive skills on the court and off the court will continue for years to come, it is my honor to present the key to the city to Steph Curry. Ladies and gentlemen, number 30 on the court, but number 1 in the hearts of Warriors fans everywhere, Stephen Curry.
You get the box too. Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you. You get the whole ball of wax here. Okay?
Thank you.
Shall I put it right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
This is truly an honor to be here in front of you, representing the entire organization, from the front office, Joe Laker, Peter Guber, our owners, to Rick, all the way down through our coaching staff. Mark Jackson, it cannot be understated how much of an impact he's had on our team. And as well, myself, all of my teammates. We saw that highlight video. What you didn't see was, Andrew Bogut, David Lee setting screens, Carl Landry, posting up on the block, Jared Jack making plays, Kent Bazemore throwing up his threes, making plays when he's in the game. The practices that we went through, making each other better from day one. Last fall, right after Labor Day, a month before training camp started, we had pretty much every guy on our roster show up early, committed to the task of getting better, buying in to what Coach Jackson was preaching, with the vision of this day happening as our foundation for moving forward. So, with the success we had this year, it's only going to get better. We're excited about the process. We have a great summer league team going back to represent the Warriors this summer, preparing for next year so that, we're still playing at this time next year. And we have our sights set on bigger things. And just the support that you guys have shown us all year, it's amazing. I grew up in the NBA. My dad played in Charlotte. So I've seen a lot of organizations. I've seen a lot of fan bases. In all of my 25 years of life, this is the best fan base in the league by far. So keep those yellow shirts crispy, ironed, bottle up that energy. Come next October, we're going to start right back on another mission. And I can't thank you enough, Mayor Lee, for the honor that you bestowed upon myself as I represent the entire Warriors organization. Congratulations on the Super Bowl. It's an amazing honor. And everyone that went into putting this event on today, thank you as well. This is a huge honor representing the Warriors ground, as we say, as Barry's basketball team, and we're ready to go next year. So thank you guys for having me, and I appreciate it.
Steph Curry. As we wrap this up, I want to tell you that I just found out that Steph's not the only Curry that set records. I'm told that Riley now, after this morning's flight, has set the record for all-time frequent flyer miles from someone under the age of 3. Hey, this is Warriors ground. We thank you so much, and Steph's absolutely right. You guys, everybody, every arena says their fans are the best. They don't come close to you guys, not even close. You guys are absolutely the best. So with that, as we leave, let's rock City Hall with Let's Go Warriors. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go Warriors! Thank you all so much, and we'll see you all back here next year.